Debates have intensified over President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan's attempts to put the country's top religious body at the center of controversy through the allocation of an ultra-luxury car and plans to give a private jet to the head of the institution, a move considered by many as an election ploy in an attempt to garner more votes for the ruling party for the upcoming June 7 general election. Erdoğan and Religious Affairs Directorate President Mehmet have come under fire for the allocation of a luxury armored vehicle for Görmez, since Islam forbids extravagance. Erdoğan's newly unveiled plan to allocate a private aircraft for Görmez trips has drawn more criticism by some segments of society. Appearing on NTV News late on Tuesday, Erdoğan argued that it would be more appropriate for Görmez to travel by private plane instead of scheduled flights in order to save time during official business, adding, "I will ask Mr. Ahmet Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoğlu for the allocation of the plane to Görmez." In an attempt to justify promising a jet to Görmez, Erdoğan claimed that the leader of the Catholic Church has a private jet and asked why Görmez is required to travel in a commercial plane unlike the Pope. This comparison is not quite apt. While Görmez serves as a state official, the Pope is the head of a country, Vatican City. Furthermore, a Vatican official has denied Erdoğan's claims altogether, clarifying that the Pope uses an Alitalia jet for overseas visits and returns via flights by the national airline of whichever county he visits, Bloomberg reported on Wednesday. When the Pope paid a visit to Turkey in November, he declined to use an armored luxury car, preferring a more modest vehicle. Both the luxury car and private plane are considered to be a waste of public resources. Turkey's various religious minorities, such as Alevis who embrace a particular interpretation of Islam, lament that while their demands for more rights and freedoms have been ignored by the government, the pro-Sunni religious body misuses taxpayers' money. Selahattin Özel, an Alevi intellectual who spoke with today's Zaman on Wednesday, said, "Alevis pay taxes like all other citizens, and their rights are violated through the purchase of cars and jets for all state officials, including Görmez. While we are obliged to pay taxes, all of our demands fall on the deaf ears of the government and the religious body. The Directorate has become a tool used by the government for political purposes." Erdoğan, who often waves the Quran at political rallies, also abuses the institution, and this damages its image in the eyes of the public. It falls on the president of the institution to reject the luxury car and the jet on the grounds that such extravagance is against Islam. This is the principled stance. Despite the fact that the European Court of Human Rights, ECTR, recently ruled that Semevis Alevi places of worship must be recognized by the Turkish government as equal to mosques, the government hesitates to do so, and the Religious Affairs Directorate supports the government's position. Main opposition Republican People's Party, CHP, leader Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu also accused Erdoğan of attempting to justify and legitimize his own lavish expenses through the religious institution. Erdoğan has long been at the center of criticism due to the construction of an extravagant presidential palace worth more than TL 1 billion, which was ruled by several courts to be illegal as it was built in a protected zone in Ankara. Nationalist Movement Party, MHP, leader Devlet Bahçeli, attending a party event in Ankara on Wednesday, repeated his former call for Görmez to resign. Bahçeli accused Erdoğan of exploiting the Directorate for political. If Görmez has no power to stop Erdoğan from politicizing the institution, then he should resign immediately, he declared. Erdoğan is afraid of losing control and facing trial. Basan Orhan, a professor emeritus of international relations at Ankara University, told today's Zaman, Erdoğan is afraid of standing trial in reference to the December 17 corruption scandal which implicated Erdoğan's inner circle for what he has done so far. He is afraid of his party Justice and Development Party, AK Party, losing the majority and not being able to hold on to power alone and being tried as a result. The promise of an aircraft to Görmez confirms that they are losing control. CHP Istanbul deputy and retired Mufti San Özkiz also pointed out that Islam prohibits all forms of lavishness. It is very unfortunate for a religious institution to become the main topic of the political discussions over an issue of extravagance forbidden by the religion. Erdoğan and the government try to legitimize their lavish spending by using the Directorate to divert public attention from their own waste of state funds. According to Özkes, there is another reason why Erdoğan and the government are using discussions of the religious institution. As the election approaches, they try to create a perception that those who oppose wastefulness in the state by criticizing both the luxury car and private jet for gourmet are also enemies of Islam. They exploit the values of religion, a method that they routinely employ with success. Previously, it was revealed that former Interior Minister Efkan Ala, who currently has no public office or official title, has been using a state-owned private jet at taxpayers' expense amid claims that state funds are being channeled into AK party election program. Ala is using a state-owned Beechcraft B350 jet for his trips, especially to his constituency of the eastern province of Erzurum. AK Party Deputy Chairman Ekrem Erdem recently declared that all ministers should have private jets. Despite the criticism that it wastes billions of lira every year on luxury items, the Turkish government is preparing to add 50 high-class armored automobiles to its official car fleet of nearly 9,000 vehicles. Continuing to squander money on the purchase of new luxury cars for senior officials' use, the AK party government had earmarked TL 3.3 billion from the state budget for luxury car purchases this year. The scale of purchases is about to exceed this amount. The office of the presidency under President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan has also been accused of extravagant spending. Following a deal between the Turkish government and the German car maker Mercedes-Benz in March, the State Supply Office, DMO, placed an order for 8,895 vehicles to serve separate ministries as well as the police force. Finance Minister Mehmet announced earlier this year that the government had allocated a total of TL 3.3 billion in the 2015 budget for official vehicles, including procurements, repairs, and maintenance work as well as gasoline costs. The presidency will get 2 of the 50 new vehicles while the Prime Ministry and Foreign Ministry get 20 each. The Ministry of Internal Affairs will get 5 and the Justice Ministry 4. Other beneficiaries include the Council of State, which will get 2, while the National Security Council and the Ministry of Transport will get 1 each.